Welcome. In this session, you'll learn how to support third country nationals in one of the most practical and empowering ways, guiding them through the process of preparing for vocational education and training, or VET, opportunities. We'll walk through how to help migrants build strong CVs, prepare for interviews, and apply effectively to courses or jobs, using accessible tools like Europass and hands-on strategies that boost both competence and confidence. As an operator supporting third country nationals on their path to employment or training, one of the most important tools you'll help them build is a well-structured CV. In the European context, a CV isn't just a list of experiences, it's often the first step toward accessing VET programs, apprenticeships, or entry-level jobs. Many training centers and employers use CVs to assess not only prior experience, but also motivation, potential, and how well the applicant's profile fits the course or role. This is where the Europass platform becomes incredibly helpful. Europass is a free, multilingual tool developed by the European Union. It allows migrants to create a standardized, easy-to-read CV and cover letter, and it's available in many languages. The platform walks users through each section step by step, and profiles can be saved, downloaded, or updated over time in an intuitive fashion, as can be seen in the following tutorial.
In this quick tutorial, you will learn how to use your Europass profile to create different CVs. When you prepare an application for a course or job with Europass, you have two options. Create a Europass profile and share the link. Or create a Europass CV. You can use your Europass profile to create as many different CVs as you like, depending on what you need them for. Clicking on the round button on the top left corner of your Europass profile brings you to your personal Europass page. Here you can discover jobs, courses, and access all Europass functions. Click on the Create a CV button to create a new Europass CV. Select the first option to start from your profile. You can also upload a CV you created previously or start one from scratch. You can customize each CV. You can select which information from your profile you want to appear on the CV. If you want your CV to be shorter, or you think some information is not relevant for this course or job, you can just deselect it. If you wish, you can edit the information in your CV. But be aware that anything you change here is for the CV only and will not be updated in your Europass profile. Finally, you can select the style of your Europass CV. More design options will be added in the future. Now you need to store your CV. You can download it to your own device, and as a registered user, you can store it in your Europass library. If you want to allow employers all over Europe to find you, you can also publish the CV on EURES. Now you're ready to take the next step with your brand new Europass CV.
As an operator, your role is to guide third country nationals through their first profile creation, especially if they have limited digital skills. Sit beside them, help them register, choose their language, and save their first document. If you're unfamiliar with the platform, be sure to review the video tutorial provided in the previous unit titled Career Guidance Methodologies and Tools. Thus, let's dive in the core sections of a strong CV. It starts with basic personal information, name, contact details, and location. An optional summary section can be used to briefly highlight goals and interests. Then comes work experience, and this includes not only formal jobs, but also informal work, volunteering, or caregiving roles. Many migrants underestimate how valuable these experiences are, so be sure to help them identify and describe them clearly. The education and training section is where they list previous schooling, degrees, or courses, even if they were completed abroad. Use this opportunity to mention any recognition of foreign qualifications or ongoing efforts to validate them. Keep in mind that CVs are usually used for the recognition process. Next is skills, both hard and soft. That means digital and technical abilities, but also languages, communication, teamwork, and adaptability. All of these are important for VET pathways. Now, tailoring the CV is key. Encourage your mentees to align their CV with the specific sector they're interested in, like caregiving, gastronomy, construction, etc. That means using keywords from job ads or course descriptions and focusing on the most relevant experiences. A general CV is fine to start with, but having a few targeted versions will increase their chances of success. And finally, be mindful of common pitfalls. Avoid overloading the CV with irrelevant details, using unclear or inconsistent formatting, and letting spelling or grammar errors slip through. A clean, simple, and focused layout is best. Remember, your job is not to write the CV for them, it's to coach, guide, and build confidence, so that migrants can represent themselves accurately and professionally. In the next section, we'll explore how to help migrants prepare for interviews and submit strong applications for training or work opportunities.
Now that you've given the third country nationals the necessary tools to build a good CV, you should focus on one of your key roles: help them prepare for interviews, whether for internships, apprenticeships, or training courses selection. In the European context, interviews are not only about qualifications. They're also a way for employers or program coordinators to understand a person's motivation, communication style, and readiness to learn. That's why it's important to familiarize migrants with common interview formats. Some may face traditional one-on-one job interviews. Others might encounter group interviews, where soft skills like teamwork are observed, or practical skills demonstrations, especially in vocational fields. Start by explaining the typical structure of an interview. Most begin with a short personal introduction. Encourage your mentees to share a brief, clear story about who they are, their journey, and what brought them to this opportunity. From there, interviewers often ask questions like, "Why are you interested in this course or job? What are your main strengths? Can you tell me about a time you solved a problem? What do you hope to learn or improve?" Help migrants reflect on these topics in advance. During your sessions, use cue cards, reflection journals, or guided conversations to build their confidence. Nonverbal communication is just as important. This includes eye contact, posture, and tone of voice. Be sensitive to cultural differences. In some cultures, direct eye contact might feel uncomfortable, or speaking confidently about one's own strengths may be unfamiliar. Gently encourage them to adapt where appropriate, while staying authentic. One of the best ways to prepare is through role-playing. Practice mock interviews in a safe, supportive environment. You can take turns asking questions, switching roles, and observing each other. Offer feedback that's clear, encouraging, and culturally aware. After a mock interview, debrief with questions like, "What went well? What felt difficult? What would you change next time?" This reflection process builds self-awareness and motivation. Remember, the goal is not perfection. It's to help migrants feel prepared, calm, and confident when speaking about themselves and their goals. You can find examples of mock interviews to show in your sessions at the end of this unit.
In this section, we'll explore how to support migrants in writing compelling cover letters and submitting complete, professional applications. As an operator, one of your key responsibilities is helping third country nationals take confident steps toward employment or training. That journey starts with knowing where and how to find opportunities. Begin by introducing migrants to local job boards, vocational training centers, and municipal career services. Community organizations and referral services can also be valuable sources of information, especially for migrants who may not yet know how to navigate public systems. Once you've found an opportunity, teach your mentees how to read and understand job or training descriptions. Help them identify key elements, what skills and qualifications are required. Which ones are optional? What are the main responsibilities? Highlight keywords they can use later when writing their CV or cover letter. Next, guide them through writing a simple cover letter. Encourage a basic structure. A brief introduction. A few lines about their motivation. A paragraph highlighting their relevant skills. And a clear closing line. Keep it concise, and help them personalize each letter to reflect the specific role or course. Tools like Europass offer easy-to-use templates, especially helpful for those with lower literacy or digital skills. Now it's time to submit the application. Support migrants in using online application systems where needed, or in preparing a full application package for in-person delivery. Make sure they have all required documents, CV, cover letter, ID, and certificates, if they have any. Once applications are sent, teach them how to track their progress. A simple notebook or spreadsheet works well. Show them how and when to follow up, whether by email, phone, or visiting the training center directly. Finally, talk about handling rejection. It's a normal part of the process. Help your client stay motivated by celebrating small wins, submitting a strong application, improving their cover letter, or landing a first interview. Remind them that every step is progress. Your steady support can make the difference between giving up and moving forward. In the next session, we'll look at how to continue building their confidence through interview preparation and workplace integration.
You now have a step-by-step framework to guide third country nationals from career exploration to application. Whether it's drafting a strong CV, preparing for an interview, or applying to a training program, your role is to offer structure, encouragement, and clarity. By walking alongside them through this process, you're not just offering support, you're helping open doors to real opportunity and long-term inclusion in the labor market. In the next lecture, we'll explore the access to internships and apprenticeships. Thank you for your attention and for being part of this change.